Okay. Hello, hello. All right. Looks like the sound is moving, so you guys can let me know if that is actually moving. Mm, Okay. Like I said, it looks like it is. I'm going to start. All right. So non-farm. Talk about some confusing numbers. Sounds good here. Cool. Thank you, Nero. Definitely some confusing numbers. Fire is bad. Yeah. Um, Yeah. So check this out. So average hourly earnings were lower than what the expectation was. Not necessarily the best of things. People are getting paid less money. Um, Non-farm employment change was higher than expected by about 20,000, but then there was an adjustment last time, which is going to throw people off. And then the unemployment rate. Talk about a curveball right there. It was expected to hold at 3.5, jumped up to 3.8. Um, Again, maybe they were using employment as the way to be the cause for stopping raises. I don't know. But you can see right here, softening U.S. jobs market suggests the Fed's work is done. Bostic is already on a soapbox, right? Says U.S. faces a shaking up of refinance debt. Um, you know, Treasury yields hires investors await key data. So yeah, overall, we were kind of calling for dollar weakness coming in yesterday. Obviously, besides the yen coming in, right? The yen strength coming in because you're seeing the dollar yen, pound yen both down pretty decently, but euro pound only up $5, euro dollar, pound dollar, 17 and 14 respectively. Doesn't seem like people were necessarily as surprised with this. Now, it is a very interesting morning in the fact that we do have the 10 a.m. manufacturing PMI coming in after. It's still showing a contraction. So, I mean, labor market bad. Again, I don't think either of them jumps over 50. But again, the average hourly earnings and then kind of the negative and positive all in one. Obviously, nothing tomorrow, nothing on Sunday, and Monday, obviously a holiday. VIX is obviously down. The data's out. Now you may look at this and say, "Wait a second, you know, stop." We're gonna try to do this with Kip today. He's sitting on my lap, but he keeps touching the microphone, and we got a hard enough problem with the the sound already here. But seeing the unemployment rate jump by zero point 0.3, that's pretty substantial. I mean, these are two negatives, and a couple people extra getting hired, but unemployment rate going up, not necessarily in the most positive sense. Overall, all the indices are pretty much in the green. Look at Russell, 1.25. It's like, woo, gangbusters higher, right? Unemployment's higher, but you know, Russell taking off, and the reason why is because this is one of those days where bad news is actually good, right? We still have that bad is good type thing. This is what it is. Bad is good. Indices pretty decently up. Um, Commodity a dollar is down a little bit, right? It had pushed up in that 50% level where we knew we had sellers and there was some chop back and forth, and then boom, it did put a big push down, and it was all right. I mean, we're talking about 20 cents. It could have been much, much worse. Um, it kind of seems like the market overall was like, yeah, this is kind of what it is, right? Um, Kind of seems like it knew, right? Everybody kind of had that expectation. It is pushed down a little bit, but again, 20 cents for a non-farm is not really necessarily a big deal. But with the dollar down just a little bit, commodities all in the green, pretty substantially too. I don't know what the heck's going on. We're playing with 85 here in crude. It actually went above 85. It was 85.19. So we're, the White House has got to be looking at this as like, holy crap. Okay, unemployment's up point 0.3. The Fed could be done, but again, we're seeing controlling inflation is one of those things that's important. Um, Remember what started this all? Oil, right? Energies. As of just what the 2 weeks ago, we were at 77, and now we're almost $10 higher. So, yeah, if we look at this, look at this. We were back down into the 67s at the end of June. Um, Yeah, White House is not going to like this as far as, anything related to the election. It's like, wow. And we know what happens, when energy prices start to rise, inflation tends to follow a little bit as well. So, again, remember the Fed said the one problem that they were going to have is if they stop too soon, right? So, yeah, there's that. Natural gas also a little bit higher, back up to 282, again up 2% again today. I'm shocked we have not found. Excuse me. I'm shocked we have not found the top of that one. Again, I don't know. It's kind of one of those like natural disaster things. I can tell you right now, like people were like actually saying it was cold yesterday. They're like, "Wow, it's kind of cold out because we're used to the hot temperatures in Maryland." Gold and silver both up, doing exactly what they should. Up 3.7, 3.8, and then double that in that 6.7 range. 24.50 ish, and just peaking under that 19.50. I think we're actually in decent places right now. Again, I think there could be the potential for an increase in inflation again, but I don't know that that's necessarily going to be again dictated or you know determined solely by just crude. Looking at the Aussie, so Aussie dollar in 24 hours has moved about 20 pips. It's green, but it's pulling back again. Um, it gave us kind of a quick little pop up again. We knew we had selling here. We marked this level off, and it was confirmed. And we talked about being in really kind of a channel and trying to break out of that channel. And you can see, really until the news came out, it had just stopped right in the kind of the median of this distance, and then popped up, grabbed these sellers, and then turned and rolled back down again. It's like, wait a second, why is dollar strength coming back in? Again, because the expectation was there and everybody's trying to short it. That's why it's going long. So overall, excuse me. I was up at like 4:30 today. Um, Overall, there's not necessarily enough movement on this one, and maybe ISM is what we need for this to get that last little kind of jump today. Right now, there's just not much out there, right? A quick pop up, and when I say quick pop up, we're talking about, I mean, I guess it was 40 pips, and then immediately retraced back down again. So I guess it's more kind of like a that. Hold on. Oh, in my ear. Somebody's talking about me. Um, so we've already retraced a simple pop and a simple drop right back down again. So yeah, it's kind of like, huh, what are we gonna do with it now? Maybe we get a little bit more with ISM, but um, yeah, we're still stuck in that same kind of sideways range. The quick pop up, and we've already retraced, and we're back in the median. It's Friday, so and it's going into a holiday weekend, so that's the other problem with this one is there going to be continued movement, right? I mean, there will be plenty of people that are done working today in the markets at noon, right? Try to take advantage of the long weekend. Some of them have already gone, right? So the volume is typically lower before this Labor Day weekend. So yeah, yeah, I just don't think there's going to be much left in this Aussie dollar trade. Um, Nice thing about it is it did spike down and it did come back down to here, so there may be another opportunity for another Harry Potter. We have the one here. Get some of these off. This is good. We can take the top out of that one. Good. Here. I don't know. Maybe we're looking at again 10 pips. Love those. And 1 to 3 is sitting right there, which is also again ahead of the profit taking right there. So is it a today trade? No, I don't think so. Let's see. Maybe got about another. Man, that would be another 40 pips down. It does have a 4-hour ATR of 29, so that would be outside of the ordinary. And then getting a pull up and I feel I think that's too much movement for today for a holiday weekend. I don't know, maybe Sunday. Maybe we look at it there, right? Because it would have to move 40 pips down. It would have to base in there, punch down, up, and then still have some time to move to the downside. Um, I just don't know there's going to be enough time, right? Um, yeah, yeah. So I mean, we're back in the middle. So yeah, maybe Sunday night. Actually Monday night. This could be a Monday night based trade. Again, not everybody in the world celebrates this, but I don't know. I mean, it's again, there could be some Aussie news. So maybe Sunday night. Maybe look at the Sunday night. Although I don't expect it moves too much without the U.S. But yeah, so Sunday, Monday ish. Yeah. Also, again, look at the whip back and forth. Again, the confirmation that came in late Wednesday. We've just been kind of pushing farther back to the downside. So, actually, there was a level here. At this point, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to push down. Problem with this zone is it explains this turn and this turn, but if you look below it, it's not always the best. Like it needs like AI to do that, right? Instead of being right through the candles, like put it up here, right? It's still attached, you know. I guess if I drew it the other way, yeah, I guess I could do it that way. I don't know if I can move it now. Yeah. All right. So yeah, there's no Harry Potter on this one. So as far as this one, top and bottom goes, I'm gonna put this here. I am looking. There's obviously a base sitting right there. It just spent time there, so I don't know that that's the best place to get short. Um, 36 pips. I think this one's gonna run out of time too. Again, there's probably I would say there's probably negative, but I don't know if we can break through this and it's not a Harry Potter. So, and I think that's the next area that we're looking for shorts. What you doing? Hmm? Yeah, that's the next one. It's a decent one. It's a two. The red, green, red is confirmed that it's a 61.8. If this is the bottom and it just continues to grind higher, that's also going to be a 61.8, right? So yeah, it's all right. I'd like this to deteriorate lower. Not my favorite for yeah holiday weekends. All right, so euro dollar. We were talking actually for a euro a dollar weakness based trade. We were hoping it was going to get all the way down, and it did. It pushed. Right, we were looking for that. It ended up doing this, and then going up. Right. We called on it there. We missed it by a little bit. So it did push down again. Again, the Europeans sent this thing straight in to here before it coming up, and then obviously reversed right off. So again, it was the push down from the European session. the news that popped it, and then obviously the reversal afterwards. So, all right, you're in this one. There's not much we can do. I think as far as trades in the other direction, again, look at this 107. Right now, this becomes the target because that is currently in, so that goes to there, right? So finish up. Assume we can't do much with it. Euro pound. All right, so euro pound. It looks like they got a little 8 o'clock run on this one. So I was just checking. The alert is still there for this kind of Harry Potter. We need some. It's about 27 more pips. I think this one runs out of time, right? I think this one probably runs out of time before it's able to do it today. It's only got a 14 pip daily ATR, and it needs 30 to go down. So this one probably ends. We're looking for this one to close a little bit. So what we'd like to see here in this euro pound is get a little bit of pound strength come in and over the weekend, right? Um, this one may have enough volatility on Monday, right? But we're looking for this to continue to push lower with some European weakness. Remember, this is a great proxy, but you know, this zone right here, it's 7 for 24 or 7 for 25. It's not a monstrous zone, but right now that's the only thing I have in line. Um, again, nothing in here is awesome. Um, again, I think we look. Those are the two setups there. Euro yen. All right, so did it grab it? It did grab it. All right, so 157.05 is what we were talking about. Was kind of our basing level at the bottom, the origin of this move. We can take this one off. Let's see if there's any fib levels that now are helping on this side. Um, 61.8 has a little bit next to it. Again, right now will be a big question: is are we going to continue to see strength come in because we're pushing back in, and there's a 23.6 in here. You can see the 23.6 is right there. This bounced right off of that. Horrible zone. It just spent so much time there though. But now that it cycled all the way down, I would say if anything, it's profit target first. I mean, at this point, you're up 70. So if you need something, you could potentially get this off. Look for, I mean, if you can get a confirmation off, it's better. I mean, it's basically been surging up since the news came out. The 930 candle is really what is driving this forward. If it hits it again, it would be basically a cycling of the yen, not so much the euro on this one. But again, problem is going to be Friday. You can see it's point zero. It's point zero six down, point zero six. So not nothing substantial. But yeah, there's a potential for a reversal right there if you guys are really in need of something. 157.81 ish. Right. That's okay. It would be better if the 23 is backstopping it, and if it was 3 4 less candles in here. But it is what it is. Pound dollar. All right. So same thing. We were looking for a push. This one ended up really kind of doing nothing. It just went sideways from the European Open. It kind of spiked up and then spiked back down again. So, ideally this one was turned out not to be a good setup. It had too much of a difficult time breaking through the all the buyers over here, and even right here, you can see they kind of drove it up, and then as of 3 o'clock, it just no telltale sign whatsoever. So not much you can do with that one. Right now we are between the two different sides. I would say that there could be a case made for here, right? And vice versa down here. I think this is kind of what we're looking for buys and sells. And again, maybe this is a Sunday night trade, but again, it's not going to have as much movement as it normally would. We'll move this out Friday to Sunday. And remember, U.S. holidays out, has us out Monday. So I would say right now that those are probably our two kind of tops and bottoms inside this channel. But, you know, are they Earth Channel great set and forget levels and come back next Tuesday? No. Um, Ideally, what happens is this one probably, how far has it got to go? Got to go 48 pips down. It's got to go over 4 hour ATR. 2 o'clock on a Friday on a holiday weekend. There's not going to be a ton of not a ton of volume, so there won't be as many big players out there. But I think there's a decent top and bottom for this one. Okay. Pound yen pushing away. Pound yen again, nice little pullback yesterday morning. You can see it ended up going, 11 o'clock, and it went all the way through. We mentioned this one; it was an easy pullback of 50% retracement at that level, and we did this right at around 10 o'clock. So this is where we were yesterday. You can see it's out. It's an easy 60 pips to the downside. Vice versa, we talked about a target at 183.50. There's your target. So had you rode this all the way down, it was about 176 pips. But that was the next level we were really looking for this to turn. And it actually came all the way down, hit it, and then used that at 9 o'clock, 8:30 to actually take a bounce. So right now you can run fibs down. It looks very, very similar. This one's a little bit farther away. That trade is out, obviously, there. But there is another one that I would say keep your eye on for kind of this level right here. It's a drop, little sawtooth base, and then a drop again, and it's been touched, but barely. So I would say you're looking for something around there. Whoops. Change this. Yeah. Something along those lines. Right. 184.50. Probably the same thing. This one I have a hard time. It's gonna go another 36 pips. I will say on this one too. There is a racetrack down, so I would say I think there's actually two in there. I kind of actually like the long for more next week. If we can punch through and close somewhere up in here and then open on the other side, pull back, grab it, and go. Right? Open here, pull back down, grab it, and then take off, and then push all the way back up to that level right there. Dollar CAD. All right, so dollar CAD. Remember we talked about 135, and we were talking about it a lot yesterday. How important 135 was. It was it. It came back down again, and at 8:30 when the news came out, it was sitting at 135, and that is what has led us higher. Again, 135, a big deal, and you can see it's all supposed to be weak dollar data, but yet straight up from that level, right? Now this guy, we are about 12, 13 pips away. It's got a 30 pip 4 hour ATR, so this one I think still coming up here at like noon, right? As long as we're there before noon, I think this one you could potentially take the turn and reversal back down again. It is going to have profit taking coming in right here. This kind of chop back and forth, and it is sitting right at the 50% retracement level. So, yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. Um, Again, I wish this was more of a Monday based thing, but I don't think that's a horrible trade. Again, green candles up. The profit taking should be in right here. So, dollar Swiss. All right. So we are looking for a drop in this one, a dollar weakness based trade. It did. It went from here all the way down, right? We talked about a little bit more, but we talked about hitting this level and missed. It ended up going just a little bit. Use this level. So, you know, we had the right analysis. We were just again, it didn't move a notch. It kind of flatlined on us. It did push up. The European market started here. So again, this is how it's so important to do this. And you could see the European market did go up before going down. It drove it up exactly where it should have. But anyway, yeah, that's a trade. Okay. Um, where to go with this one now? I don't think this one has enough legs on it. It's pulling back up into that sell area. I think right now we're just waiting for it to go up to 187 or 88.67. Maybe we can run up there today, and then this is a Monday thing. What? What do you want me to do with your feet? Huh? What do you want me to do with your feet? He's been so good so far. Here, there's one little thing here. Did I cut? There we go. He looked cut his nails. Woo! That was pretty awesome. Man, that's like a birthday present right there. I didn't have to wrestle him. All right. So yeah, so that's all we got there. All right. So yesterday we talked about 144.71. Again, talking about what it was going to do. Okay, kind of the same thing, and I'm just going to go higher. It went down, right? It went down. It ended up actually accelerating the closer we got to it, but it drove down, and then we were looking for buyers. Okay. Now there's two zones over here, and I'll delete it. Again, this is one of those ones. Did you take the aggressive or did you take the more conservative? Right. The aggressive area, again, if we were sitting on top of it, we weren't. We were sitting here, and we drove down, and this was basically at the open. So it was the news pushing it down, and then obviously the reversal back again. No, no, but it's all. You're all good. You're good. You're good. Yes, I did it already. You're good. Yeah, you're good. Here, you're good. Here, here, here. There you go. You do it. You do it. You do it. Um. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock. So let's see what that data looks like. It jumped, so it's already out. Let's see. Oh, here you go, Mester. Inflation is still too high, but sees progress lowering price pressures. So yeah, so it went higher, did not break, but it went again good for the dollar. Uh, that's a big jump. Yeah, 43.9 to 48. So again, getting closer there. So, um, and again, Mester's not wrong, right? Inflation is still too high, but it's working. It just again they said that they're going to take restricted enough to hold it. So yeah. So what else did Messer have to say? Job market's still strong amid signs of rebalancing. Yep. Job growth is slowed, but 3.8 jobless rate still low. Correct. Is how restrictive policy needs to become and for how long. Data, market must balance risk when setting policy rate. Yeah. Messer's, she's got it all. Yeah. I mean, this is everything she's saying here is correct. So, again, things are moving in the right direction, but we're not quite there yet. So, good. And again, that was, I would say that that is more strong. This is more strong dollar based, right? So, again, this you would assume would have been super weak, and it gave us kind of a weak reaction, but then a spike, and now we're seeing, a much higher spike, right? So, question is now, where do we see a reversal? Take that face off. There's a daily ATR there. 50. Wondering. It's right at that 146. You see this right here? It's a decent top. It's two candles, but the way that the formation of it is really nice. Yeah, here. Thank you. Thank you. Um, yeah, it's already starting to pull back. It's broken these two, so it's got a clear sailing to the top, but yeah, it's pulling back. Yeah, I I think that's the best thing we got working with us right now, right? That's the best thing we got out there. So, yeah, it's all right. Let's go to crude. All right, so crude, we marked this one off before. We talked about this 85 mark. 85.16, right? Go in the opposite direction. We're not looking for 85.16. And again, some of this also may be holiday weekend, right? They jack the prices because people are that last trip to the beach, right? Um, so yeah. But who the heck wants $85 oil? I guess if I guess if you own um, I guess if you own like an oil rig in the backyard, it's good, right? A little oil well, right? Um, but yeah, I would say right now, again, look for a top that we put out here. Unemployment rate going higher and things. Yeah, this is probably a final play. I'd look to see for this, you know, look for it to turn and start rolling. Let's run some fibs on it though. Let's run fibs from here up because people fibs. 365. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think that's the worst. Again, that'd be a nice little, get $2, $3 pullback. That could be a nice little turn. If this is the top, right? If this is the top, and we start to roll over, because remember this market does end early on Fridays, or just every day technically, but yeah, obviously Friday, the volume, the bulk of it's gone. If this is the top in here, and again we have some leeway, it can go like all the way up into here, the 85.60, which would suck, but if it does, it does. That 83.65 is a decent level of basing, so as long as it does do a pull, this could be a continuation long to the top side. Okay, natural gas. Okay, natural gas also in an area where yesterday we were talking about this one. It pulled right up into this level. It was over here. You can see the pullback was really nice on it. And again, this is 10:30. It spiked into there, and then 11 o'clock. So this is right after we got off yesterday. Um, there's 3.07, so you can see it is officially passed. Okay, and it came right back down to the 23.6, which we mentioned was probably going to be a stabilization point, and it was. Thank you. Um, oh, Kip is saying thanks. It's like, thank you, buds. Um, So yeah, so from yesterday, if you traded the natural gas, playing the spike again, we talked about this level before. Nice little pullback. Question is, what we'll do now? We'll see if it's able to punch through it. If it does punch through, it does have some room to run all the way up to 297, which again, really, really high right now with everything going on. But look, rises as forecast sees summer heat continue into September. It's like 71 degrees outside of Maryland right now, so I'm not sure where the summer heat is, but yeah. Um, So yeah, if anything, let's see. Let's mark this. What did I say? 97. Uh, so that's the next place that we see sellers coming in. So you can see we got some room done. Could there be a hair potty? Sure, sure, absolutely. There could be. It may be decent. Gold. Look at that. Gold went up and then boom, the dollar strength kind of slammed in. And this was 8:30 kind of put us high, and that was it. Nothing but straight down since that time. So, still continual push. At this point, again, there is a base there, but it's followed by another one. I still think again we can set an alert on this one. We'll put it right there. Change this one red. Again, we'll see. Um, right now, middle of the range. Not interested really putting a top on this one. Again, it is silver is negative, right? funny because we called for that dollar weakness, and now dollar strength is pulling back in as everybody's trying to short it. So it's decent. Drop below 1933 again. This market does close early as well. Um, but this one closing early, it's not going to have as much opportunity. And again, this will have some play on Sunday night, Monday. Again, obviously it does trade. There is global movement in it, but again, being a U.S. futures contract, again, you're not going to really see much movement on it. Gold, kind of the same thing. Looking for a drop. Again, what did it do? It drove it straight up for news, and then when news came out, it drove it straight back down again. And we talked about being short silver. We were kind of hoping up. It was up at 25. It didn't quite get up that high. But again, we were looking for this one to push and get closer to 24. So we're at 24.33. It looks like it made it down to 24.22. So we're getting somewhat close. Um, Again, not the farthest. Not the farthest. Um, So yeah, trade is out. I mean, this was obviously a news based trade today. We said this one would be a little bit more volatile. So, um, yeah. Hold on one sec. All right. So let's see what we've got here. Apple precariously sitting somewhat high on the cliff. Tesla having a little bit rough day. Um, Decent pace here though. Look at this racetrack. All right. Let's see. VIX again up a little bit. News is out now, so that one's going to be delayed. Again, dollar popping back up again, as you would expect. Right. Uh, the 830 didn't go far and then just punched higher. So yeah, it looks like we have the chance to get up to 104 today. Um, Within striking distance, 25 cents, it could definitely do that. Again, I think 104 probably a little bit on the high side, but not bad, not bad. Yes, obviously today non-farm is always a hard day because you have 8:30 and then bam right afterwards. So there's two different things in here. 8:30. Unfortunately, we'd had the 8:30 spike and then the 9:30 drove it down, and now we're driving it back higher again. So, again, as far as opening print goes, we're above everything else, so there would not be anything available on that one. NQ, same thing. 8:30 drove us high. Um, yeah, 9:15. Yeah, it was literally just holding. It was actually even a green 9:15, and just spiked it right back down to kind of the same level over here, same level of basing. So really not much movement. Big question will be, can we close above the open? It's technically green right now, but if you bought at the open, you're actually red right now, right? Sorry, I had to move Kip around. Kip, what are we doing? Why are we playing with the dirt? Overall, I actually think this has the ability to be a green day for this. The data not bad. Again, we're getting closer to that expansion. The Fed's obviously going to hold. Again, bad is good type data today. So again, not bad. Um, Again, opening print setup. No, unfortunately, it was retracing from non-farm payroll. Wow, look at why. Wow, look how ugly this is. 9:30 up, down, and red. Right. Looks like the 8:30 went higher. This one actually did have a news trade in it, and again, I'm gonna say it's a news trade. It was kind of a confirmed in the overnight. So I guess you could have actually done an opening print because the red one is the opening print there. So it was somewhat confirmed. So even on a day as crazy as non-farm. Whoops, not that way. Um, there would have been your 1 to 3 is only right there. So again, it opened here, it went as high, went as low, and then in the next candle, it closed back over. So again, overnight level with a confirmation at 6, and it used it at 8:30. I mean, there would have been your non-farm trade, and that would have worked as well. Either one would have worked. This one or this one. So two opportunities, but they were news trades. Those are not opening print based trades. So a little tiny bit different, right? Not quite the same thing. Uh, Come here. So not. overall not horrible. Russell, obviously volatility in Russell. Let's see, 8:30 or 9. Ow, stop. 9:30 shot it up, back down, went higher. Again, my take on this one is this one should end up in the green today. It will probably be the biggest mover because again, the Fed not raising interest rates is good. The only thing about it that's a little bit weird is that you would think the unemployment rate, but right now that everybody's so adjusted or so focused on interest rates, and again, that's where Russell's going to be most sensitive. Nope, you don't need to touch that. No, 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 no. You want this? Here, how about this? Do this one. So, all right. So, oh, he got dirt everywhere. All right. So that's all the indices. So let's see. I want to see and kind of revisit some of these. Yeah, retrace all the way back. You can look. Retrace sideways. Trade is out. Again, the 930. We draw that one in. Right. There's three grains of sand on here again. So yeah. So euro dollar out. Let's see if there's any other. Yeah, look at this euro dollar play right now. See how it's faltering right here? Again, there's been enough opportunity this morning already. So again, this is kind of just if you don't need it, don't be greedy. That one's kind of setting up, 10-14, 10-13. Didn't move much with the news. Yeah, ran it right back down again and pulled back again. So yeah, it makes sense there. Again, didn't quite get up there and it's pulling back again. So things are kind of doing what they're supposed to be doing. Unfortunately, I think the holiday weekend is going to get the better of this one. Um, Obviously, Canada and U.S. both completely out that day. Um, will be all right. Well, that's it. I mean, it was a quick day. I mean, unfortunately, right after non-farm is always a little bit harder. There was a couple levels that hit me overnight, and a few this morning playing the retracements. But overall, again, rather tame for a non-farm day. 12, 7, 1, even the 27 here, 13, 5. I mean, the two biggest that were biggest, they were the triple digits, are now down to 59 and 85, right? So, things are kind of closing up early. Again, holiday weekend, you always got to watch out for that. Now, does it mean that things can't move on holiday weekend? No, but what it does mean is that there's not as much big money out there. Some of the bigger floor traders, they'll be taking vacation earlier, going to the beach, getting out of there, and again, with lower volume, less big money in the market, you will see some swings. So the market can move, but it's a little bit more unpredictable. It's a little bit more easily manipulated, and not as much a style of trading that we're looking for. So, all right. So with that, let's go and do the giveaway a little bit early today. There you go. Yeah, people trying to jump in at that last minute to snag it will already be done for the day. So you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. We'll take it to 2:30. That seems to be our magic number. We always give 30 seconds because there is a delay. So if somebody's trying to snag it that last minute, it's going to be hard today. 15 seconds. And I can't believe it. Kip spent the entire chart school on my lap, and I only had to yell at him twice. So not the worst day. All right. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Look at that. Right on 12:30. I'll get a good one day. All right. Winner of today's drawing is Neuro. Neuro gets a little bit of payback there. It's a little bit of payback. Right. But again, winning two, losing, and then winning another one, it's just not the same as winning three in a row. So, yep. Always hard. Always hard. All right. With that, that's it for today. Like I said, things will drop very, very quick today. That's what happens when it's holiday weekend. Again, just not as much movement as you would typically like to see. So, yeah. Saturday, nothing. Sunday, barbecues. Monday, even more barbecues. Right. And there will be some, and again, you guys could trade. I mean, the currency market obviously on Monday. So there will be some movement. It's not going to be as big, but again, there may be some European based data, particularly this, again, dollar Swiss at 3 a.m. If you're really, really, really chomping the bit to get out there, GDP on a quarterly basis is expected to be horrible. If it goes negative, that could be even worse, right? You could see this one go even higher. But if it's not as bad, again, dollar Swiss should go straight down, and there's no dollar influence whatsoever. All right. So that's kind of the one advantage to having a big data release like that on Monday. So yeah. With that said, I am out of here. I will catch you guys on Tuesday morning. Remember, Monday holiday, I will not be broadcasting. It is a holiday. It's going to be, I guess this is technically, I guess, my birthday weekend. We didn't do anything last weekend, and because it was Wednesday, it's like it rounds forward. So this may be like, Bloody Mary weekend. I just may do Bloody Marys every single day. Come back half vegetable on Tuesday. So with that, everybody have a great, awesome long weekend. Be safe, everybody. And again, close your trades on early today. Get away from your computer and yeah, have some fun. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Take care.